الظالمين وعنده مفاتح الغيب لا يعلمها إلا هو ويعلم ما في البر والبحر وما تسقط من ورقة إلا يعلمها ولا حبة في ظلمات الأرض ولا رطب ولا يابس إلا في كتاب مبين وهو الذي يتوفاكم بالليل ويعلم ما جرحتم بالنهار ثم يبعثكم فيه ليقضى أجل مسمى ثم إليه مرجعكم ثم ينبئكم بما كنتم تعملون. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. وهو القاهر فوق عباده ويرسل عليكم حفظه حتى إذا جاء أحدكم الموت توفته رسلنا وهم لا يفرطون ثم ردوا إلى الله مولاهم الحق ألا له الحكم وهو أسرع الحاسبين. قل من ينجيكم من ظلمات البر والبحر تدعونه تضرعا وخفية لئن أنجانا من هذه لنكونن من الشاكرين. قل الله ينجيكم منها ومن كل كرب ثم أنتم تشركون. قل هو القادر على أن يبعث عليكم عذابا من فوقكم أو من تحت أرجلكم أو يلبسكم شيعا ويذيق بعضكم بأس بعض. انظر كيف نصرف الآيات لعلهم يفقهون. وكذب به قومك وهو الحق قل لست عليكم بوكيل لكل نبأ مستقر وسوف تعلمون. الله. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. If before I begin I can start, has anyone attempted to start memorizing Surah Mulk? Listening to bayanat is easy. Kaam se hota hai, na ke husn kalam. If you say your whole life, I want to have children, I want to have children, will you ever have children? You got to get married, you got to spend time with your spouse, and then if Allah wills, the child is born. When it comes to Jannah, we want Jannah, but we don't want to do what's required. Even if at least one person memorizes Surah Mulk, then I believe my coming here can be a means for myself and the individual and the community, possibly a source of our salvation in Akhirah. One person. Because the hadith of the Rasul says, لَأَنْ يَهْدِيَ اللَّهُ بِكَ رَجُلًا وَاحِدًا خَيْرٌ لَكَ مِنْ حُمُرِ النَّعَمِ. One person does a good deed, one person comes on to hidayah, your akhirah can be made. So to listen to bayanat and to listen to khatiras and lectures and talks is easy. But kaam se hota hai, na ke husn kalam. So at least it's good to see a few brothers have attempted. Every single one of us should have an intention that I don't meet Allah except that there's some Quran beyond the 30th juz in my heart. Because for many of us, what do we know? Wal asr and qul huwallahu ahad. If we're pushing it, inna a'tainaka al-kawthar, and if we're pushing it a bit further than qul a'udhu rabbil falaq, qul a'udhu rabbin nas, our salawat depend on these 6, 7, 8 surahs. But how beautiful would it be if one day you say Allahu Akbar, you're standing in front of Allah and you say Tabarakalladhi بيده الملك وهو على كل شيء قدير. We make dua to Allah that He allow every single one of us to have tawfiq to memorize these verses. It's not your doing, it's not my saying, it's only tawfiq and tawfiq from Allah alone. Because everyone heard the reminder, but not everyone started to memorize. Why were some people able to do it and others were not? Not because they're more competent, not because maybe they have stronger memories. Allah gave them tawfiq and Allah never gave others. Allah gave them tawfiq and Allah never gave others. So you and I need to ask Allah, Allah give me tawfiq to do good when I hear about it. Khair, bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah, wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man ihtada amma ba'd. My dear respected Muslims, from the beginning of the inception of the ummah of the Rasul ﷺ till the day of Qiyamah, there will always be one category that has been there, that is here, and that will always be here. And that's none other than the category of the munafiqun in the ummah of the Rasul ﷺ. When we speak about munafiqun, it's very scary to speak about them. Because the speaker doesn't know if he's part of them and the listener doesn't know if they're part of them. We make dua to Allah, Allahumma tahhir qulubana min al-nifaq. Every day after every salah, make this supplication. Oh Allah, cleanse, purify my heart from nifaq, from hypocrisy. وَأَعْمَالَنَا مِنَ الرِّيَا. Oh Allah, purify my actions from ostentation, from showing off, from boasting. Allahumma tahhir qulubana min al-nifaq wa a'malana min al-riya wa alsinatana min al-kadhib. Oh Allah, protect my tongue from ever saying a lie. Wa a'yunana min al-khiyana. Oh Allah, you protect these eyes from me misusing them. The most critical element of the ummah of the Rasul ﷺ that caused a lot of pain to the ummah, a lot of pain to the Rasul was the camp of the munafiqun. And one of the sifat of the munafiqun was that they loved to spread rumors amongst the camp of Sahaba. So it's the battle of Ahzab. The Rasul is in Madinatul Munawwarah. And within Medina there was the tribe of Banu Qurayza. And the Muslims and the Banu Qurayza, who are a Jewish tribe, they had a mutual understanding, pact and agreement that there wouldn't be a conflict with one another. When the Rasul heard that there's some people that are coming from outside, Ahzab, many different groups have gathered and they are coming to attack the Rasul in Medina. Salman al-Farisi radiallahu anhu says, Ya Rasulullah, I've got an opinion. Oh, Ya Rasulullah, I got an option, I got a consultation. And Rasulullah said, oh Salman, what is it? He said, Ya Rasulullah, in Persia where I was from, one of the strategies we would exhaust in order to protect ourselves was we would dig trenches. So there was a trench that was dug that was approximately 3.5 miles long. And the unique feature of this digging of the trench was, and the sifat of a leader. A leader isn't a person who supervises and tells people what to do. A leader is a person who rolls up their sleeves and actively participates in whatever those under his authority are doing. The Rasul ﷺ himself was striking the rocks. Sahaba say, we came across a rock that was too difficult for us to break. Who did they go to? They went to Rasulullah ﷺ. Being an imam or a leader or a person of authority wasn't that we just dictate and we give commands. We're part and parcel of it. So Rasulullah ﷺ himself participated in the digging of that trench. And then there's a rumor that circulated that the Banu Qurayza who live in Medina have also been treacherous and they are also going to go against the agreement they have with the Muslims. So the Rasul was preparing for an external enemy. He wasn't prepared for internal combat. So Rasulullah ﷺ calls 3 Sahaba and he tells these 3 Sahaba, and look at the strategy of the Rasul ﷺ. The Rasul was amazing in every aspect of his life. Rasulullah ﷺ calls these 3 Sahaba and he tells them, go and I want you to verify if the news that is being relayed to us is accurate. The problem with you and I today is we broadcast the message, then we do tahqiq and we investigate was it accurate or not. So we hear something about someone and we don't care to verify it, but we spread it. We broadcast it. We tell everyone about it. The Rasul ﷺ received the information. He knew it was delicate. He knew it was intricate. He knew it was a very sensitive time for Sahaba. What did Rasulullah ﷺ say? He told these 3 Sahaba, go verify if the news is accurate. If it is accurate and the Banu Qurayza have gone against us, then I want you to very vaguely, ambiguously and implicitly indicate to me that, Ya Rasulullah, the news is true. Don't let Sahaba know that what has been said is true, because they'll panic. And if the rumor is proven to be false, then what I want you to do is I want you to announce it publicly so that Sahaba radiallahu anhum get a source of comfort within them. The one category of the Ummah of the Rasul that will be fit darkil asfali minan nar. In the most lower parts of Jahannam is the munafiqun. What were the traits of this category was they spread rumors. And unfortunately the surah of Surah Hujurat, if you get time this Ramadan, open Surah Hujurat and recite the surah. Understand what does Allah say? In ja'akum fasikum binaba'in fatabayyanu. There was an incident that took place in France a few years ago in the month of Ramadan or around the month of Ramadan. The newspaper article read, a young 15 or 16-year-old Muslim girl committed suicide. And when they looked into the matter, why did she commit suicide? Because there was a rumor that was circulated about her within her community and people were broadcasting it, people were publicizing it without verifying it, and it happened to be proven to be false. We don't know the impact that we cause on other people when we speak about things that we haven't verified. The Quranic injunction was, إِن جَاءَكُمْ فَاسِقٌ بِنَبَإٍ فَتَبَيَّنُوا وَفِي قِرَاءَةٍ فَتَثَبَّتُوا. Establish it, investigate it, look into it. Allah says, إِنَّ الْمُنَافِقِينَ فِي الدَّرْكِ الْأَسْفَلِ مِنَ النَّارِ. What are the sifat of the munafiq? إِذَا قَامُوا إِلَى الصَّلَاةِ قَامُوا كُسَالًا يُرَاءُونَ النَّاسَ وَلَا يَذْكُرُونَ اللَّهَ إِلَّا قَلِيلًا. The munafiq is the person when they stand in salah, they're lazy. And the objective is you and I apply these sifat to ourselves. The other day we mentioned on the first night, nafaqa handala, nafaqa. Why are we so comfortable that we feel for me to be a munafiq, it's impossible? What did Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu say? I wish I was a blade of grass so that I don't have to give hisab in front of Allah as Abu Bakr. Where Umar radiallahu anhu is crying and hoping he was some creation of Allah other than a human, so he doesn't need to give accountability. And you and I 1400 years later we've become very complacent. I'm gonna die on iman, I'm gonna die with kalima. Me, a munafiq, impossible. But what's the sifat that Allah says? إِذَا قَامُوا إِلَى الصَّلَاةِ قَامُوا كُسَالًا. When you stand and you say Allahu Akbar, immediately you start getting lazy. Immediately there's this sense of lethargicness that overwhelms your body becomes heavy. And it's difficult for you to stand in salah. That's the characteristic of a munafiq. Where do I stand and where do I feature in this verse is the question every single one of us has to ask ourselves. Where do I feature? Where's my enthusiasm when I say Allahu Akbar? Do I realize I'm standing in front of my Allah? Number two, yura'un an-nas. The munafiq loves to get publicity, loves the clout, loves for their name to be everywhere, loves for people to appreciate them and know them and recognize them. وَلَا يَذْكُرُونَ اللَّهَ إِلَّا قَلِيلًا. And they barely even remember Allah. We come into the 6th juz of the Quran. After Surah Nisa, Allah revealed Surah Ma'idah. Surah Ma'idah was one of the last surahs to be revealed unto Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Ma'idah means the table spread. Why is it called Ma'idah? Because the people of Isa alayhi salatu wasalam, they requested him that ask Allah, أنزل علينا مائدة من السماء. One of the key features and the lesson for today is, Allah in this surah over and over and over again encourages the believers to adopt taqwa. Ma'idah was one of the surahs that was revealed in Medina towards the end of the life of the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Some have said the last two surahs to be revealed, number one was Ma'idah. What was the second surah? What was the last surah in its entirety to be revealed unto Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Anyone? Surah Al-Nasr, إِذَا جَاءَ نَصْرُ. That was the surah to be revealed in its entirety last unto Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And of course there was a subtle indication to his death. Why is it that a surah that's being revealed in Medina towards the end of the life of the Rasul when Muslims are in control? It's not Mecca. Muslims are no longer oppressed. The Muslim empire is growing drastically. But the reminder is, O Muslims, even when you are in positions of authority, don't ever forget to become conscious of Allah. Allah says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu in the Quran 88 times. Abdullah bin Mas'ud radiallahu anhu said, whenever you open the kalam of Allah and you read Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, then pay attention. Why? Because it's either khayrun tu'maru bihi aw nahyun tunha an. It's either a command that you need to fulfill or it's a prohibition you need to abstain. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, is Allah saying, O Ahmad, O Muhammad, O Ali, O Umar, listen to what I'm saying. From 88, 16 come in Surah Ma'idah. And the key theme in the first few pages is, and the culmination and cultivation of that taqwa is, كُونُوا قَوَّامِينَ لِلَّهِ شُهَدَاءَ بِالْقِسْطِ وَلَا يَجْرِمَنَّكُمْ شَنَآنُ قَوْمٍ عَلَىٰ أَلَّا تَعْدِلُوا. O Sahaba, you are in Mecca, you went to Medina, you got power, authority, Islam is growing. People who killed your brothers, your sisters, your mothers, your families, now are under your authority. That does not mean you don't establish justice when you deal with them. The message of Ma'idah was, justice is exemplified with those who you do not get along with. It's very easy to be just with people you like, people you agree with. It's very difficult to be just with someone you don't like. And unfortunately today you and I are scared to stand up for justice. In these communities, people are scared to stand up. Why, brother? No, but I'm scared Fulan and Fulan. I'm scared of Fulan and Fulan. I'm scared of her. What she might do to me or what fitna she might cause for me. What did Rasulullah ﷺ say? What's the greatest jihad? Kalimatu haqqin inda sultanin jair. The greatest struggle is when you are able and you have the power, the strength, the courage, the bravery, the valor to speak the truth in front of someone who can potentially harm you. That's what كُونُوا قَوَّامِينَ لِلَّهِ شُهَدَاءَ بِالْقِسْطِ means. One of the signs of the days of Qiyamah is, one of the signs of the end of times is, أَن يُكْرَمَ الرَّجُلُ مَخَافَةَ شَرِّهِ. A man will be loved, revered and honored, not because we like him, but because we are scared of the fitna he may cause for us. One of the signs of Qiyamah is you give honor to someone, not because you love them, respect them, revere them. You are scared of the fitna they may cause for you, so now you fake it and you act as though you are okay with them. They do oppression and you stay quiet. And when mu'minun and Muslimun stay quiet on oppression, that's the easiest recipe for the destruction of an entire community. That's the easiest recipe for the destruction of an entire society. Because where there's no justice, how do you expect khair and goodness to come? كُونُوا قَوَّامِينَ لِلَّهِ شُهَدَاءَ بِالْقِسْطِ وَلَا يَجْرِمَنَّكُمْ شَنَآنُ. What does shana'an mean? إِنَّا أَعْطَيْنَاكَ الْكَوْثَرَ فَصَلِّ لِرَبِّكَ وَانْحَرْ إِنَّ شَانِئَكَ. O Muhammad, your enemy, Even if it is your enemy, be just with them. If they require and they deserve kindness, be kind to them. If they require goodness, be good to them. And unfortunately today the ummah has become so broken, so fragmented, so divided, so ununited, so broken. Why? Because we failed to establish justice on the ard of Allah, where we saw things happening across the globe to our brothers and sisters, and we weren't even able to raise a voice. Where we saw atrocities happening in the globe, and we weren't even able to say anything. Yes, definitely Muslims are people who live in peace, love, harmony with one and all, regardless of faith, regardless of ethnicity, regardless of religion and tradition. But haqq is haqq, قُلِ الْحَقِّ وَإِنْ كَانَ مُرًّا. Speak the truth even if the truth is bitter. Rasulullah ﷺ, someone came to him, there was a woman who had committed theft. So some people came and they felt that, you know what, if we push so and so forth to intercede so that Rasulullah ﷺ can maybe pardon her, overlook her mistake, forgive her, then maybe it's possible. So the person comes to Rasulullah ﷺ. Rasulullah ﷺ says, what was the crime? It was theft. But Ya Rasulullah, this is the person who carried out the crime. Ya Rasulullah, maybe perhaps if we can forgive this time. What did Rasulullah ﷺ say? Justice must be prevailed even if it's the daughter of Muhammad. Even if it's Fatima bint Muhammad radiallahu anha, and it was her that carried out theft. Justice is justice. The hukam of Allah is the hukam of Allah. Surah Ma'idah taught you and I, it's a Madani surah, one of the last few surahs to be revealed. Even from a place of authority, ensure that you don't become a zalim. Ensure that you don't become an oppressor. Ensure that you have the strength to speak truth to justice. Unfortunately today we can't do that. We're scared. We've become weak. We've become, cowardice has flown into our blood. And that's why the hadith and the dua of the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-jubni wal-bukhl. Allah, I ask you for refuge from becoming a coward who can't speak truth to justice when there's oppression in front of me. Forget the world. In our own communities we see injustice and we're quiet. How can a community be successful? Surah Ma'idah taught you and I that have that strength, courage, bravery, coupled with hikmah and wisdom in knowing how to address situations. Surah Ma'idah continues. One quick reflection and we'll conclude. The first sin to be carried out in the dunya was the sin of murder. Where one brother killed and murdered the other brother. And why? What was the root cause? He got something that I want. He has something that I desire. I wanted to get married to her, but he got married to her, so I will murder him. And when the one brother extended the hand to murder the other brother, when Qabil extended his hand to murder Habil, what did Habil say? لَإِن بَسَطْتَ إِلَيَّ يَدَكَ لِتَقْتُلَنِي مَا أَنَا بِبَاسِطٍ يَدِيَ إِلَيْكَ لِأَقْتُلَكَ. If you extend your hand to kill me, I won't extend my hand to fight you. When people are unable to engage with you in terms of your theology, or if they can't have a good discourse and conversation, they go away from whatever you're discussing and they start attacking you and they start becoming physical and violent with you. Fir'aun done it. When the mu'min min ali Fir'aun said, "Oh Fir'aun, this is a person who claims to believe in Allah. إِن يَكُ كَاذِبًا فَعَلَيْهِ كَذِبُهُ إِن يَكُ صَادِقًا يُصِبْكُمْ بَعْضُ الَّذِي يَعِدُكُمْ." When the magicians accepted the deen of Islam and Fir'aun knew he can't intellectually beat them anymore, what do? You start attacking the person personally. You start attacking their integrity. You start attacking them with regards to themselves. And Fir'aun started to physically attack them. We make dua to Allah that He allow every single one of us to connect with Quran, to learn the message of Quran, to be able to speak the truth, to be able to implement wisdom when speaking the truth. What's the definition of hikmah? To say the right thing in the right place, in the right way, at the right time. To say the right thing in the right place, at the right way, at the right time. But if we see dhulm, how can we stay quiet? How is it possible that I stay? How would you feel if you were oppressed and no one stood up for you? How would you feel if there was great injustices being done to you and everyone around you was silent? Why? Because I'm scared of what that person can do to my name and community. I'm scared that person will tarnish my name in my society. Is that how low our iman has become? من رأى منكم منكرا فليغيره بيده فإن لم يستطع فبلسانه فإن لم يستطع فبقلبه وذلك أضعف الإيمان. We make dua to Allah that He blesses with understanding. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.